and welcome to another approach tutorial. So today we are in the Toliss A319 and we're sporting an Air Corsica livery. This is an older livery, but it is once again we've managed to find a real live flight. So Air Corsica flying from Paris today to Calvi. So this summer destination in the north of Corsica, so right in the Mediterranean. Now, it's a fun approach. The slightly challenging part is that there is a visually flown circle to land, so it is really nice, and the scenery is absolutely stunning, whether you have orthos or not. Of course, with orthos it's even better also. With ortho scenery, you have a landmark that is really helpful for the visual procedure. So just to have a look, we are flying from here, from Paris, over here, and we'll be going all the way down to Corsica, just in the northwest of Corsica. Now, traditionally, it's a straight-in approach, a localizer on runway 18, and today we'll do a circle to land with a specific procedure. But we'll brief that on the cruise, and before we do that, let's just get into the plane, configure it very quickly today, and be on our way. As usual, bear in mind you have timestamps down in the description, so you can skip directly. If you want to recreate the flight exactly as I do it, you can follow step by step, or you can just have a look at the MCDU programming so you see which route I'm using. Or you can skip to the briefing or directly to the approach. You can take it as you need it. And let's step in and do this quickly. So we're already on external power. We'll just do preliminary checks quickly. Oxygen, hydraulic fluid and engine oil, we're all good. Flaps are indicating 0 and 0 on the ECAM. Spoiler is disarmed and retracted. Pressure is good. The accumulator pressure is not in the green. We'll put the electric pump on for a few seconds, and that will sort it out. Good. Perfect. We can do the overhead. Crossing supply, ground control, CVR test, captain and personnel. There's 1, 2, 3. Strobe light, nav, seatbelt on smoking, and emergency light. Crossbleed, auto, landing elevation, auto, backflow. Let's check, let's load the plane and see what we have today. 53.2, that's very light. 53.2, good. 124 passengers apply, and a fuel 6,000. Perfect, 124 we can do with low. Backflow for the aircon. There, we're all good. Let's do fire test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let's do the APU that we haven't done yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Over here, cargo panel, no white lights. Flight control, no whites. Radio on. Cargo, no white lights. Audio switching is on, and circuit breaker is checked. Let's come on the central panel. Let's have a look at the weather. So here we are 1028, nice high pressure. 1028, we're showing 280 and it's 290, that's good. Clock on GPS, UTC. Timer is reset, anti-skid is on. Radio is on, VHF 1, send and receive, lights are okay, multiscan, GCS, tilt 5, cockpit door normal, switching is all normal. Thrust lever, let's reset it, 0, engine master off, switch normal, rudder trim is 0, parking brake, gear extension, and this goes to on, and this goes to above. Perfect, we're good with that. Let's start setting up the MCDU. There we go, init page. Let's load the plan. It's Lima Foxtrot Papa Oscar to Lima Foxtrot Kilo Charlie. That's the one. Alternate is gonna be Rome, Lirf. Flight number is CCM 761. Cost index for today is going to be 5, and cruise level 370. That's what a light 319 does. Perfect. Align RS. Let's get on to the flight plan. So we're going to be departing from Lima Foxtrot Papa Oscar on the runway 07. And then let's go and see the flight plan so you can copy it if you're following and you want to do the same routing. There we go. So we're going to do Latra 8 Zulu. Wow, that is a serious amount of departures. Latra 8 Zulu, transition none. Well, let's see. Yeah, right turn all the way. And in here, this is not programmed, so what we're going to do, we're going to program the localizer 18 via the near.2 Lima via Ilro. Yes, via Ilro. Perfect. And then we'll break off and we'll do the visual procedure. Perfect, that's done. Secondary flight plan, copy the active. The usual, coming back, Obama, we come back to 07. Perfect, so LFBO. And we're going to be coming to ILS 07, no star, no via. There we go, let's do the performance, secondary flight plan, performance. Coming back, we have QNH, we said 1028, temperature is 11, and wind 0 at 11. 1028, temperature 11, and wind 0 at 11. MDA, let's find out. LFBO, Paris Orly, and we have airport. The departure, we said Latra 8 Zulu, Latra 8 Quebec, Latra 8 Zulu. And then let's check the minimums. Approach ILS 07. There we go, so minimum 477. And then for the go around, the elevation is 290. 27 is the runway. We'll take airport elevation 1290, 1290, and 2000, 2000 when crossing 4000. That's fine, there's no terrain. Perfect. Second flight plan is done. Right nav, we'll leave it to auto tune. Let's delete this one and this one. Init page, init P, let's see. So we said 53.2 and 28.3. Block fuel 6.0. Let's see if we can enter the winds. Cruise wind. I'll check them on Active Sky just to make sure they're correct. Top climb 293 at 46. Yeah, it's similar to what's in briefcase. 293 at 46. There we go. Let's go back to init P. Now adjust these figures. Minimal contingency 579, so we'll put 0.6. Diversion 1.5. And then the final reserve is going to be 1. Wants us to take a little bit more. Let's do 6.2. It's planning to burn to 8. Yeah, it's fine. Let's give us a little leeway. It will be absolutely fine. We have 600 of reserve anyway, but okay, then let's do proc page. We'll just put LFBO07. Optimal 374, and we are 370, so that's perfect. And the performance page. Let's see if we're going to take full length. So runway 07, oh, which is good. It's not too far. 3,300. Yeah, let's take full length. Perfect. So no takeoff shift. Flex temp 66. Oh, sorry, flaps 1. Speed 133, 133, and 136. Thrust reduction altitude, we said 1190, 1190, and engine at acceleration 1190. Perfect. MCDU is all ready. Let's set up the EFIS and the FCU. 1028. 1028. Let's go constraint. We don't need ILS. Arc 10, arc 40. Departure. It's all our nav, so we don't need anything on the ND. IRS still aligning. Initial climb. Transition is 5,000. Initial climb clearance jet 130. Perfect. It is our align, so speed dashed, heading dashed. 13,000, well, 130. And that's all good. Check pressure page. Elevation, landing elevation 210, and that's correct, 210. Status, nothing there, and data position monitor, and we're on nav. Perfect. We would request now clearance. Once we have clearance, we get our squawk, and then we can do a quick briefing. So we're flying today from Paris to Calvi in Corsica. No mail items, no OEBs for the plane, no NOTAMs. The weather is very nice. High pressure, no clouds, temperature 10, and wind is variable at 10 knots. So no problem. In case of engine failure, we can come back. We don't need a departure alternate. Today we will be pushing back over here from U5, whatever it is that we are. We'll push back facing south, and then we'll taxi via I guess we should be able to use this one. Lima 4 and to holding point Whiskey 37 over here for runway 07. So a short taxi in, short taxi out. We'll depart from runway 07, 3,300 feet, so plenty of space. Dry and +1 standard departure. Now, over here we have aircraft status A319 100 CFM engines. Database is current, performance is loaded. In it, Paris to Calvi. We're going to be Air Corsica 761, cruising at 370. Zero fuel weight is 53.2, and that's what we loaded. confirmed on the OFB. We have 6.2 block fuel loaded and confirmed there. Flight plan, as we said, runway 07 on the LOC 8 Zulu departure, so that's going to be initial right turn to 82 degrees, and then after the first point we'll do a 90 degrees turn. Might not want to be too fast there, but we'll see. And then right turn, MSA is 3200, so we'll clear that very quickly, and then we keep climbing. The initial climb is flight level 130. Truck turn right, yeah, nothing special there. Transition level will be 5,000 feet. Perfect. The total length is 520 miles against 508 of the operational flight plan, so that's good. Time 120 against 110. Right nav will auto tune. Proc page we have 370 against 374. We're coming back to 07 in case we need it. Performance, we have full length 07, flaps 1, flex time 66, and we have 133, 133, 136, and 204. Acceleration and thrust reduction are 1,000 feet above airfield. Fuel prediction 3.2, and we have 3.0 there, so we're good. Second for plan, we're coming back 207. That's all confirmed and good. So let's call the pushback time.
Run to cockpit, please show me where you want to go. Run to cockpit, tow is driving up.
See, yeah, we can take that Lima 4. So we taxi there, first right, left, and there we are. It's a very short taxi. We might want to do some actions while before taxing. And when I look at Hicks Europe, going crazy with the amount of buildings.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Perfect. APU can come on. APU bleed, and the fuel pumps are on. Perfect. Let's ask for pushback and start. But first, let's do the before start checklist. For start checklist, cockpit preparation is being completed by both. RRF is 1028 set, and we are showing 300.
Tow connected,
Yeah,
and bike
290.
pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Well, I might have made a mistake then. We're 1190. It's 1290. There we go. Once again, that's why we do briefings and we do checklists. There we go. So we're showing 300. That's more like it. And acres initialized. Parking brake is on. Fuel on board 6,200 and balanced. NEP has been loaded. Flex temp is 66 and speeds 133, 133, 136. Let's ask for start clearance. Pretend we have it, and let's go. Beacon on. Cockpit door is locked. Transponder XPDR. Windows are locked, and all the doors are locked. So before start checklist, below the line signs on and auto, and we have seatbelts and no smoking there. Beacon is on. ATC exponder. We have TCAS standby. Here, nose steering disconnected. Windows and doors are closed, and flight deck door is locked before start checklist complete. We're on APU. We disconnect the external power and we can go. Let's release the parking brake.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
And let's get the block timer started. A straight pushback for once. There we go. So mode selector to ignition start. We have bleed pressure over here. We're good to start the engines. Let's start engine number 2. Good start on engine number 2. Okay, start engine number 1.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Standby.
And a good start on engine number 1. So engine mode selector back to normal. We're not gonna need anti-ice, so APU bleed off. APU master switch off. Let's just quickly check. Temperature 27. The econ flow is not really that powerful. There we go, ground spoiler out. Rudder trim is 0. Flaps will go 1. Elevator trim is 29.6. About there.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Anti-guard of the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Doing after start checklist, the ground crew clearance we'll see in a second. Anti-ice is off. Flaps 1 plus F green and 1 blue. APU is off, yellow electric pump is off, and ECAM status is checked, and he's got the pin, and we are good to go. So let's request taxi. Taxi via Lima 4 to Whiskey 37, whatever it was. Runway turn off, nose to taxi. Clear left, clear right. Release the parking brake. Brake check, pressure 0. Let's do the flight controls straight away. So pull up, pull down, neutral, pull left, pull right, neutral, rudder, full left, full right, neutral. Weather radar on, PWS auto and TCAS TARA. No need for terrain, so we'll leave it just on the pilot monitoring and auto brake max. So just to recap, the departure will be from runway 07 on the LOC 8 Zulu. Departure straight ahead. First slight turn right, then turn right again and follow the navigation. 5,000 feet is the transition level, 3,200 is the MSA, and initial climb will be flight level 130. Before takeoff checklist, to the line flight controls have been checked. TCAS is TRA, we're showing TA only on the ND. Load sheet acknowledged if we had it. Trims is 29.6. Yeah, 29.6 and 0. Departure brief has been confirmed. Takeoff data. We have runway 07, full shift. 133 blue, 136 magenta, climb nav blue, 1 FD2. 13,000 and flex 66. Flaps 1 plus F green and 1 blue. And ICA memo. Takeoff, no blue, we just ping the cabin crew. And we're good to go. Temperature, brake temperature is good. Warm-up time will be 5 minutes. But for the sake of today, let's pretend this was a turnaround flight and we get going. But by the time we line up, it's gonna be okay. Let's obtain clearance. Clear to take off runway 07. And we have all the lights on. Packs off. And we can go. So takeoff runway is 07. We can see the writing there and the marking is here. Cabin crew signal has been given and packs 1 and 2 are off before takeoff checklist complete. There we go, 50%. Stable takeoff. Man, flex 66 SRS runway auto thrust blue. Takeoff thrust set. .100 knots checked. P1 rotate. Positive climb here. Thrust climb, auto thrust, alt blue. 13,000 will switch to standard in a second. we go autopilot 1. Mach 1 back on. Mach 2 is back on. Flaps 0. Set standard. Standard set and cross checked, and we have alt blue 130. After takeoff checklist, landing gear is up, ECAM is checked, and barrel F is standard both. It's a rocky climb out today. Have to love a light A319 climbing at nearly 4,000 feet per minute. So flight level 107, climbing flight level 130 standard set. Let's clear ourselves to the final flight level. So alt blue 370, flight level 370. Bit calmer now, so we can turn the seatbelts off. Put airport over here. Let's put it up to 80. ECAM is all good. And then that nav, nothing there. Here we can put the arrival LFKC. Well, we're gonna need 36. Fuel prediction 3.3, and I believe we needed what, 3.0? Yeah, 3.0. So we're good with fuel, and the second flight plan we can copy the active. Today is a slightly longer flight than usual. So we are at 360 miles from top of descent, which is nearly an hour. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go radio silence from now. Just keep it recording, just in case you want to fly along in real time and see, I don't know what you want to see, but I'll keep it going. And then I'll be back around about 100, 120 miles from top of descent, which should happen in, let's see, if we have an estimate, top of descent is over here. If we take this one minus this one, (16:14), so roundabout in half an hour, 35 minutes from now. Perfect. I'll see you then. Okay, let's start preparing for the descent and the approach. Just a quick fuel check here. We started with 6.3, did we not? 6.2, 200 extra kilo, and we have, yeah, fuel on board plus used 6.2, so that's good. Now let's start taking the charts. LFPO, we don't need it. LFKC, so St. Catherine or Calvi. Now let's look first at the arrival, which is only one, and then we're going to do the approach, which is going to be the localizer 18, and then let's look at the airport. Okay, perfect. As usual, let's just check what's in the box against the chart first. So top of descent is going to be here. We're going to lose 3,000 feet in 10 miles, then 5 in 16, and Nirto we're losing 14. To lose 14 we need 3 times, we need 42, we have 58, so that's good, nice and shallow. What's the wind? Oh, tailwind, so yeah, we need a little extra. Auto thrust is off. Auto thrust is back on. Autopilot doesn't work, and the FMGC doesn't work. We have the failures on. Okay, we can go with autopilot 2. Do we want to do this with only autopilot 2? Maybe not today. Yeah, the entire FMGC one. We might not want to do that. Also, today we need to fly from the left seat. Oh, we're starting the Alps. So yeah, had it been the right one, I would have left it, but not today, really, not on a difficult approach like this. So let's, unfortunately, I would love to deal with some failures, but this one is not ideal today. So reset that, and let's go back to what we were doing. Okay, so we were first point of the arrival, Nirdom. From Nirdom we lose 5,000 in 19. We go to Suka, we're not losing anything, just some speed, and then Ilro, the hold, we can delete it. There we go, the hold, we can delete it. And we're good. Perfect, then technically this is what we're gonna do, the localizer, but then we'll break off. Let's see where I have it. And there we go, so we do the approach until 4.2. So there we go, to ML18. So this is gonna be the point, which is the missed approach actually. Yeah, that's the missed approach for Cat C. Perfect. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna intercept the localizer like if we were landing. We're gonna go down, I don't know if it's coded there. We'll see, but we'll go down in FBA anyway, considering that we need to level off. So we'll go down in FBA at 9 DME, go down 3.1, and level off will be before this 1,700. 300 feet will be around 5.2, 5.3, We level off there at 1,700. Okay, perfect. We do that. That's all coded. At that point, we'll be at 132. Yeah, that's all good. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to do the arrival as coded. Then we're going to intercept the localizer. Here we come in straight quite... Yeah, that's a long time straight. So we have all the time to intercept the localizer. Once we're on the localizer, we'll check the DME distance from the localizer. At 9 DME, we'll start an FBA descent at minus 3.1 degrees. By this point, at 9, we're going to want to be... today, I think I'm going to want to be already configured there, because we have only 4 miles then to turn. So, yeah, we're definitely going to want to be at flaps 2 and F speed by 9 DME. And I would say that I'll chuck the gear down as well for good measure. Then once we descend, we start the FBA descent in minus 3.1. We'll put... yeah, we'll put flaps 3 on the way down. Flaps 3 doesn't upset too much. We'll put flaps 3. And then we level off at 1,700. So at 1,800, we will push the FBA, the vertical speed knob, and we will level off by 1,700 as instructed over here. Then at 4.2, well, we'll go at that point in, we'll be already in truck FBA because we're descending on FBA. But at around 5.2, when we level off, then we'll deactivate the localizer, go on to truck mode, keep the same track, and at 4.2 we'll turn right, heading 190. So we'll track 190 until we are abeam the runway, so the far end of the runway, so the threshold for a runway 36. Once we're abeam, we'll then head for 180. We'll put landing flaps. Here you see 20 seconds, so there's 2 different ways of doing this. There is a terrain feature which is very visible on a north of scenery, though it is invisible on a default scenery. So you can either count 20 seconds after being abeam the threshold, so when you can look out the window and your threshold is just right next to you, you can start the timer and do 20 seconds, or you can wait until you see the quarry. That we'll have a look at that later, and at that point we'll be fully configured. We'll just follow the terrain, start the descent, line up, and then land on the runway. The runway is 2,300 feet, so brake low is absolutely fine. Let's load the performance, the approach performance. Let's have a look at the meter conditions. LFKC is going to be QNH 1019. Temperature is 11 and wind 180 at 04. Of course, absolutely no reason why with this wind we would land it on the runway 36, but I couldn't wait for the right weather, and I don't want to fiddle with it, to tinker with it. Look at the beauty of the Alps. There we go. We need to start descending, then we'll finish the performance. Let's clear ourselves to 10,000. We're 5 miles from top of descent. We can start the managed descent. So descent, alt blue, flight level 100. Let's finish the MCDU. So the MDA, the NDA is gonna be 1700, which is when we level off. And the next phase, thrust reduction acceleration, is the elevation is 210, so 1210. And engine out acceleration is missed approach procedure 3000. There we go. So just having a look at the chart, we need to confirm that we left the localizer tuned here. And it's already tuned 109.5, and that's the localizer Charlie Lima India. That's correct. The course 178, 177, that's good. MSA is not published, but yeah, MSA is not really a concern, and you'll see that will be literally a few hundred feet from terrain, so we'll need to be visual there. Then airport elevation is 210. We'll do a radio altimeter check at 2500. We'll be over the water, so we just double check that the altimeter is correct. And then, yeah, 3.1, the glide slope. And that's it, there's no ceilings, there shouldn't be. Let me see, visibility is 10 or plus, broken at 7800. So yeah, it's cloudy, but high clouds. The ceiling is very high. Overcast at 19,000. So yeah, perfect conditions for the visual. Missed approach, in case of missed approach, of course we won't continue below 1700 if we're not visual. In case of missed approach, we start the climb, turn right, bank 20 degrees at maximum 200 knots, and then on to the radial 331, onto a heading of 331 until we intercept the radial 301 from the locator at Calvi. So we don't use the localizer because it's way too far. We'll use the Calvi locator, so we can put that in. Our tuned is going to be 375, which is, well, CV 375. Perfect. And then we follow it to Calno. So at that point, we'll do a direct to Calno, climbing to 2000 prior to level acceleration. Perfect. Quite a lot of tailwind. So we need to be careful with the profile and the speed. We're a bit high on profile and a bit fast. Let's just monitor that. About to get into clouds. Let's put engine anti-ice on. What's the temperature actually? Yeah, of course. This side. Thrust idle descent, alt, blue, flight level 30. Well, yeah, we'll switch to QNH already, since there's quite a lot of difference. There we go, QNH 1019. Let's check the meter again, 1019, and we have alt blue 3000. 10,000 feet. Let's put the seatbelts back on. Lights can stay off for now. ECAM, we're good. No failures there. Well, no failures. There would have been one, but it was very bad. So that's good. And second infinite plan. Let's change it and let's add an arrival onto runway 36. No star, no via, no transition as usual, so we can get our center fix. Perfect. We'll need constraint. We'll put ILS to get the localizer. And we are ready. And perfect below the clouds. And that's where we're going. We can see the puppies already from here. There we go. Localizer is identified. 3-ball check hit. It's not alive yet, so we cannot harm it. But, well, we could arm it now, and we'll just counter it once it's in range. We have lock blue, so we know it's armed. To try and go down, let's activate the approach phase now. And get down as quick as possible. Now it is trying to be FL 18 at 3000, but we want to level off at 3000 earlier than that. Because then we need to reset the FBA and we need to descend at 9.3. So since we're doing it manually, we don't want to do a continuous descent. We want to be already fully configured at 3000, stable, ready to start all the actions. So let's try and lose speed a bit quicker. VFE next. Let's wait a few knots. And we have lock engaged now, so we're on the localizer. Flux 1 now. We have 10 miles to the start of the glide path, and we have 1,500 to lose, so we should be okay. So now the next actions, what's going to happen at 9.0, 90 ME over here, we'll need to be descending at 3.1, minus 3.1. So we'll pre-select, well, select track FBA first, track FBA here, and we'll pre-select 3.1, and we'll need to pull it 0.3 miles before the start of the descent, because of course it's not immediate. It takes a little bit to pitch down and to start descending. So we'll need to do it at 0.3, always 0.3 miles before the start of the descent. So at 9.3 we will have 3.1 selected and we pull it. Remember, this one stays active only 45 seconds, so we cannot do it now. It lasts roughly your ground speed divided by 100 in miles. So for example, now we're doing 200, it will last only for a couple of miles. So keep that as a rule of thumb. We're now below VFE. Next we'll do flaps 2, 1,000 feet to lose, and we have 5 miles to do it. Let's help ourselves. Slow down, let's put gear down now. Then after that, so once we pull and we're descending at 3.1, we'll do our altitude checks, even though today they're not too relevant because we're not going all the way down here. So we don't need to be on such a precise descent because we're leveling off at 1,700, but we'll do them. It's always good to do it anyway. And then we will need to level off at 1,700, which means that at 1,800, so 100 feet before, we will push at that point the FPA knob, the vertical speed knob. So we push it at 1,800 and you level off at 1,700. We're now geared down flaps 2, which is what we wanted. We're now 2 miles from the descent point. We're leveling off, so we're in a good position. We're doing 150, so we need 1.5 miles, which is now. So we can now set the minus 3.1. And go flaps 3 now. So we're nice and stable once we're there. We're a bit higher, 50 feet higher, so we might want to, no, it's fine, it's stabilized. Let's wait for 9.3 and we pull. .3, pull, FPA, minus 3.1. The gear is down, so we can do spoiler, lights, and that's it. So next point, at 2,500, we'll do a position check. The radio altimeter should come alive when the bar is saying 2,500 because we're over the sea. Then at 1,800, we'll push the knob. And at 4.2 we'll need to go for track 190. Here 190 at 4.2. 2,500 position check over the sea. Perfect, that means the QNH is correct. We'll double check it anyway. Well, yeah, it's only 20 feet, so let's do 1020. So at 6 miles, we should be in 1980. We're not gonna be there, we're high.
2,000.
Yeah, we're 20 feet high, which means we add 0.2 degrees for a mile. But it's fine, doesn't matter at this point because we're leveling off anyway. So 1,800. We push. FPA 0, and we level off before 1,700. 1,720 is good enough. And now we pre-select 190, leave it there, and at 4.2 we pull. Activate the secondary flight plan. In a second, let's do the turn first. 4.3. 4.2, track 190. Activate the secondary now, so we have the extended center line when we do the turn. Now the next action will be waiting until we are abeam the threshold. And then there we'll need to do a few things, so put landing flaps. we will decelerate to VAP automatically, and we'll need to go for heading 180 and start the descent. So a few things together. Normally when you're doing a circling, when you're at the threshold, you keep going for the runway heading or the downwind heading for 3 seconds every 100 feet that you're above the airfield. In this case, we're 1,500. We will need to keep going for 45 seconds. We don't have that space, so we need to do a lot less, and that's why we start descending straight away instead of waiting until the end of the downwind. So let's do the landing checklist now. We have auto brake low and ECA memo landing no blue. We're missing just the flaps full. We've gained a little bit of altitude as well, so we need to make sure we start that descent promptly. We can start at this point. Let's remove the ILS and the flight directors. We can go manual now, so we disconnect the autopilot. I have control. Start getting back to that 1,700. Let's pre-select 180. We're abeam now, flaps full, start descent 3 degrees and go 180. The quarry is here. So we would wait 20 seconds. So you can either time 20 seconds or just check when you are abeam the quarry. Anyway, the turn is more dictated by this ridge over here. You don't want to go to pass that ridge. We're above the quarry and we start. Before we get to the ridge, we just fly on top of it, very low on top of it. If you have 600 feet on top of it, it's absolutely fine. The turn, try and keep it, it's fine. Captain Joe was at 400 feet above. You can just silence that and that's it. Keep it 25. So the video I seen from Captain Joe, they were actually overshooting it quite a lot, so it's not a problem. You can overshoot it and then come back, but we should be okay. It's over there. We keep it coming. 3 degrees, 25 degrees of bank. We can see the puppies. There's 1 red and 3 white. So let's increase the descent. Two red, 2 white. Perfect. Aim for the markers. Says 3 red, but we're now aiming, so
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10, 5.
there we go. Auto brake. Reverse green, decel. $70 knots, reverse idle. Manual braking. And welcome to Calvi. This place is absolutely stunning. I start the APU, there won't be much tax in there. Where the radar can go off. We can taxi out to 40 knots on the runway. Let's disarm the spoiler, flaps up. APU is available. We go off the runway, strobe is off, landing lights are off. We're already turning to stand, so let's go. All lights off. Accumulator pressure is green. There we go, parking brake. Let's do quickly both checklists. So after landing, exterior lights have been set. Flaps are 0, indicating 0. Ground spoiler disarmed, APU started, radar is off, and TCAS is exponder standby on the ICA. Let's turn the engines off. Cockpit door unlocked, seat belt, beacon, pumps, and TCAS. So parking checklist, parking brake is on, external power, no, that's another one. Engines are off, slides are disarmed, beacon is off, seatbelts are off, fuel pumps 6 off, and ATC 2000 standby. Perfect. There we are. I really need to fly into this place in real life one day. There we are, guys. Thank you very much again for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this approach, and I hope you'll have fun doing it. If you have any questions, of course, as usual, as always, please write in the comment, and I'll help any way I can. It's been a pleasure once again, and if you liked, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I will keep producing as many approach videos as I can, so just keep an eye on the channel if you like the content. But for now, thank you very much again for joining me, and we'll have a look at the replay, but I'll say bye now. Thank you.